Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a weekend edition. Get ready with me. I have been getting a lot of subscriber requests to pull out some old makeup as well as try some new, kind of new to me makeup. They're not necessarily new launches, they're just recommendations that you have told me that I would love. So in the spirit of that, I pulled out La Beige Healthy Glow foundation along with the highlighter. I had a request to use this combination. I also was told that I would absolutely love this Chanel eye quad. So I did get this and we're going to be playing with this on my eyes today, as well as using a few Dior products, eyeliner, and a lipstick in Bliss. And then last but not least, I just had a very fun PR perfume show up from one of my favorite brands, Fragrance Du Bois. So we are going to just do a little first impression today on what is in this box. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look today using subscriber requests, then let's go ahead and get started. Hey, let's go ahead and put makeup on this face. Happy weekend, everybody. I'm hoping you're having a good one so far. I'm incorporating some subscriber requests in this video, and I was asked to use two La Beige products that I do actually really love but have kind of forgotten about them. One is the La Beige. This is the Sheer Healthy Glow highlighting fluid here, and then we've got the La Beige, and this is the Healthy Glow foundation. The reason I haven't pulled for this in a while is because I bought it in shade BR32. I thought it was my correct sort of Chanel color, but I find that I do much better with this in the summer months than I do in the winter months. In the winter months, it is a little, just a hair too dark, and we're just going to kind of do a glowy look today. I'm going to be mixing this Sheer Healthy Glow, and this one is in Sun Kissed, and I'm going to mix this into my foundation, so I'm going to kind of have a fake glowy tan this morning. And yes, I do really love this one. I had the old version and I prefer this one because it is in a pump. It has always been a really fantastic, beautiful sheer highlighter. So then I'm going to take a pump of, I'm going to take 2 pumps of that foundation, and I'm going to mix these together. And I always really did like this Sheer Healthy Glow foundation because it's going to be exactly that. It's just going to give me a nice healthy glow, and I'm bringing you in close to kind of show you this color here. And the 32 always seems to give my skin some life to it. In the winter months when I'm a bit more pale, you can almost tell that it is just a smidge dark. So I tend to use my Chanel foundations in shade BR32 during the summer months. And I'm not someone who tans, but I just kind of naturally have a little bit more color and can get away with faking a little bit deeper as well. Going to make sure to really pull it down onto my neck area so there's no demarcation line of the foundation. This is a light to medium coverage fluid foundation that's going to last up to 12 hours, and it has a weightless texture and a radiant finish for a natural, healthy glow. It has light reflecting pigments that are going to smooth and enhance the look of the skin with subtle luminosity, while antioxidants help protect against pollution, free radicals, and blue light. It's made up of over 40% water. The long-wearing formula is enriched with moisturizing ingredients that is going to hydrate the skin immediately. Here is a swatch. This is the Sheer Highlighting Healthy Glow fluid, and this is in Sun Kissed. And this is the Le Beige Healthy Glow Foundation, and this is in shade 32. Here's a close-up of this foundation combination. It's going to be giving me a nice, healthy, glowy look. And I really do like that foundation a lot. I'm so glad that you guys reminded me to pull it out again. I think it is the color range in 32. Totally works, but mostly in the summer. So that is why it has kind of set it aside. I think I would be a BR 22 or 20 in the winter. So I may want to pick up one of those because honestly, I forgot how much I love this because it's a light to medium coverage. So it's going to give you coverage, but it's going to look like skin. And it does feel super hydrating. And this is the way that I can kind of fake a little bit of a tan look since I don't really tan or go out in the sun for those purposes. Okay, we're gonna let this sink in and we're now gonna put on my eyeballs, and I have a new to me Chanel quad. So this is one that many people have asked me to pick up, and this is the Tessé Reveille. And it's so funny because I have had many Chanel makeovers, and this is always the one that they have picked out for me in my eyes, and for some reason I don't know why I haven't purchased it. I think I was always focusing on other products, but it is right up my alley. It just looks so gorgeous, and I think my hesitation has always been that I thought these looked a little all shimmery, and I'm not necessarily someone who loves all shimmer on my more mature eyes, but I believe that this has been a misnomer because these have a little subtle sheen that is so pretty on the eyes, and they are in these neutral tones but almost have a little bit of a purple undertone, so it really looks beautiful on my more hazel green eyes. And these older quads have never swatched very well, but they've always looked beautiful on the eyes. So if you're looking at this going blah, wait till we put this on the eyes because it totally transforms on the eyes. But the texture does, it looks like it's a little bit shimmery, but I would actually tell you that it does have a little bit of a satiny kind of shimmer finish on your eyes, but it's not too much, especially for more mature eyes. I don't totally love putting tons of shimmer on my eyes either, but you will see. Let's go ahead and play with this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this shade right here, this beautiful kind of taupe. And already I love this quad just for this color alone. So honestly, I would just wear this shade on both eyes with a little eyeliner and call it a day. It is just gorgeous. So I'm starting with that color. So I just put a wash of that taupe color on, and honestly I just love this color just on its own. It's so pretty. Next I'm going to come into this gorgeous kind of bronzy, and I'm going to put that on my lid here. I'm using the flatter edge of my Chanel blender shader brush, and I love the mix. Like, this is a little bit more of a cooler tone taupe, and then we're bringing in a little bit of warmth. It almost has a teeny bit of like a bronzy gold in it. Then I'm going to come in to this darker, deep chocolatey, kind of has a little bit of an undertone of almost purple in it. And I am going to come to the outer V over here with that flat edge. Taking just a little bit of that up into that crease. And smoking it out near the lash line. And don't worry, as always, I'm going to blend everything. And then I'm taking a little bit of this pearl tone, a teeny bit of that pearl tone, and I'm just putting that up in the brow bone. And using a fluffy brush just to kind of gently blend out any edges. Okay, this is what I've created so far on my eyes. And to me, this is sort of the classic Chanel kind of a wash of smoky colors on the eyes. I absolutely love the taupe. I love the gold. This color right here is so pretty. Like I'd love to even do kind of a smoky or smudgy look with that one because it's kind of has a little bit of a teeny bit of purple undertone in this chocolatey brown, and it's so pretty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be using my Brune Agape. This is a fresh Stylo U. Now that they're changing the formula, I'm not sure if they're going to have this color. I believe they still sell this one online, so I had to stock up. So this is a freshie. And this truly is one of my favorite kind of browns. It is a chestnutty brown that I just love, and I feel like it's so universal. So I am going to come here and put this in the waterline. So to me, this is a classic everyday kind of Chanel eye look. And what I'm going to do now is go put on mascara, clean up my brows, and then we will finish off the face. I will be using my Chantecaille. This is my Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara, and this is my go-to Holy Grail mascara. So let me go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys were right. I really love this eye quad. Super easy to use. I think it gives a really pretty sheen on the eyes. They are not too shimmery or too sparkly. It is going to have a little bit of sheen, but in a very kind of sophisticated way. Find this to be sort of classic Chanel eye look. Now I am going to take a little bit of my bronzer that I'll be putting on. I'm going to add just a touch of that in the crease right here because I kind of want to add a little bit of a matte color to it, but also I like to tie in my bronzer with my eye look. So just taking a teeny bit of that, you guys. Just taking a teeny bit of that. And I'm going to go ahead, let's put some bronzer on. And I am going to be a little bronzy today. between the foundation color and bronzer. So I've got to put on concealer, so I'm going to use the Chantecaille. This is the Le Camouflage Stylo. This is one of my favorites, and I'm just going to put a little bit under here. As I have mentioned, this one has a little bit of a caffeine complex, and it'll kind of firm up underneath your eyes. So I'm just going to put a little layer under there, brighten up underneath the eyes. Then for blush, I can't help myself. My favorite blush of the moment is actually Lisa Eldridge's lipstick in Dance Card, and I just have been obsessed with this coral tone on my cheeks, and so I am going to do it one more time, guys. I just take a little bit like this. I promise I will break out. I promise to break out and use other products. And I'm so glad that many of you have tried this and you totally agree that it is the best blush color ever. It is just so good. It just sort of brightens up your complexion and is the perfect mix of pink and peach and coral. So it is such a pretty, pretty blush. This is going to kind of give me a little pop of color, and I had a request to use this on camera again. They're like, you're using it on your cheeks, you should use it on your lips as well. So we're going to use Dance Card. So we're going to use Dance Card as well. So we have kind of a classic Chanel everyday smoky eye. And then I've got that pop of that Dance Card on my cheeks and on my lips. And I'm going to set everything real quick. I'm just putting a slight dusting of powder on. I'm using my Sisley Loose powder, and I'll just kind of brush everything on. I don't want to take away that glow, but I do want to make sure that everything will stay on in the heat. I'm also going to pop on a little Chantecaille blush on top. This one is in Joy, and I'm just going to kind of top. I'm doing a little cream, a little powder pop of color here. And this is another beautiful blush. I haven't popped it into its little pebble. I just felt like I needed to put a little bit more color there. Taking a little bit of my blush, guys, just a teeny. I'm going to add it into the eye look. I know this is an extra step you do not have to take. I just kind of always feel like it ties the whole face together. Okay, I actually had a package delivered while I was filming, and I finally picked up one of the Dior eyeliners, and this, gosh, and this is the Diorshow 24-hour Stylo, and it is in matte gray. So I thought we would put a little bit of this on. So this is how they show up. And one end has sort of like a little sponge, and the other has a nice fine tip. And this is the tone right here, matte gray. So for fun, we'll put a little bit of that gray in that waterline up on the top. So a little pop of that matte gray. I will have to play around with these and see what I think. But since my ultimate favorite Slate eyeliner has been out of stock. That's from Chantecaille, and I just love that one. I thought, well, let me try one of these Dior eyeliners in this sort of matte gray, which I really do like because it seems to have a touch of blue in it that I like to use instead of black. Just kind of gives my eyes a little bit more of a pop and tends to bring out a little bit more green in my eyes versus hazel. Not quite sure if that's a thing, but that's what I think happens. So I'll play around with this Dior eyeliner and let you guys know if that is a good dupe until the Chantecaille Slate comes back in stock. And then for lipstick, I was told I needed to pick up this Dior Addict Lacquer stick, and this is in Bliss. So everybody's like, well, of course you need to pick up Bliss, and this is basically brand new here, guys. Pretty light nude. So we're going to put that one on today. And I have had a few of these in the past. They are very creamy, very moisturizing. And let's try Bliss on. And clearly this is a very light nude. This is Bliss. Now, although I love these shades, I kind of find them to wash me out a bit if I don't use a lip liner. So I think I will put a little bit of a lip liner just to kind of define my lips, just a tad. And I just pulled out Wayne Goss's, his Essential Lip Pencil. And this one is in Natural Berry. I find it just to be kind of a classic nudie color. And just wanted to add just a little definition to my lips. So we've got the Bliss lipstick on. Then I'm going to finish with a quick fragrance of the day. And this just showed up, and it is a gift from Fragrance Du Bois. So I'm super excited. I'm going to do a whole review on it. So what I'm going to do right now is just spray it on. So you're kind of seeing my first impressions, but they sent me Siberian Rose. And you guys, I'm so excited because I love Fragrance Du Bois. This is one of my favorite brands. I have to be honest, I have not checked out the Siberian Rose. It hasn't necessarily been on my radar, and so I was told that this is like the perfect summer fragrance. Oh, good. So first I'm going to just show you how they come in these beautiful velvet boxes, just like this, and then you open it up, and it already smells amazing. So I'm going to spray some of this on. Oh, wow. Okay, so this was not what I was expecting. So I do love rose perfume, but I don't always gravitate that's not my first pick. So when I'm smelling this, I was expecting something a little bit more rose-centric, and honestly, this is sort of a fruity, fresh, definitely has rose in it, but it has a fruity, fresh kind of feel to it. So when she said that this was the perfect summer fragrance, that isn't what I think of like Siberian Rose. I think I sometimes gravitate towards heavier rose scents, such as syrupy kind of roses. And this one literally is sort of a freshy scent. I'm definitely smelling some fruit in here, and when I'm looking at the notes now, this has pink pepper, pear, and I definitely smell that pear. Really pretty. It's got cinnamon, juniper, tuberose, ylang ylang rose, leather patchouli, amber, and moss. And I'm kind of surprised I haven't zoned into this fragrance, because she's right, this is a definite summer scent. It's got some Lush florals in here, as well as a touch of spices, but there's a freshness about it and totally different than what I was expecting. So I'm going to wear this today. I'm going to do a whole video on this, but we got to give it the full wear test and everything. But I will tell you, upon initial first spray, I'm like, wow, this is a good one. I am kind of surprised that I had not zoned in on this fragrance before, since I'm already a fan of the brand, and I think I have 5 of their fragrances. Oh, so that is my fragrance of the day. Thank you, Fragrance Du Bois. I'll have a full video coming up for you, but you guys, this is basically my weekend edition. Get ready with me, incorporating as many subscriber requests as possible. Thank you guys so much. I actually love it when you give me suggestions, especially pulling out a few of these foundations that I haven't used in a while, because I am really loving the way that this one feels on my skin. It feels very light, very hydrating, and I think I know why I haven't been pulling for it, but I totally can wear it in the summer for sure. And I really do like this Le Beige Healthy Glow Foundation. I love that new eye quad, just new to me. Absolutely love it. I feel like it's going to be a go-to for me, just something easy, when in doubt kind of eye quad. You guys know I love these neutrals. This really is pretty, and I can't wait to play with it a little bit more, kind of going in a little bit deeper, making a pretty smoky eye a little bit more with that bottom color. And honestly, this color right here with a little bit of eyeliner is just going to be perfect everyday eye. So just a gorgeous new to me Chanel quad. And so that is it for the day. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and thank you so much for watching.